Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. This is going to be our very first video on the concept of Vaastu. So now friends, when we talk about our faith, our trust on the planetary transit, on studying our dashas and doing the connected remedies, following the precautions. So we all do that. If you will get to know that Mars is going to be transiting your 8th house, you will immediately be in that proactive and very alert, cautious mode. If you get to know that you're about to start the dasha of Rahu or Saturn, or you're about to start the Saturn Sadisati, you will immediately be in that caution mode. But trust me friends, just honoring the planetary vibrations through japa, meditation, mantra, donation or wearing the gemstone is not enough. You also have to understand the place where you live. That place also emanates some energy and that needs to be made peace with, or whatsoever remedies you are doing, you have to follow the same remedies within your place of residence as well. Trust me friends, these days no one is asking you, any modern day Vastu practitioner will not ask you to do any demolition or live in a specific house only. It all comes down to understanding the influence, vibration and making peace with it, like living in harmony with those vibrations. So now, like the way we say this thing, that Ayurveda is all about the study of the 5 elements within your diet, within your body. Yoga, meditation is all about the study of the same 5 elements within your mind. Same way friends, Vastu is all about understanding those 5 elements within your place of residence. So each planet has got a connection with a specific direction, and each direction has got a connected devata, god and the element. So now all what is required is that you should be doing the relevant and corresponding same activity in that direction only. So if there is a direction which is connected with fire, so all what is expected out of you is that you should be planning your fire activities in that direction only. If there is a direction which represents water energy, which represents water element, so all those activities which involves water should be done over there. And now very soon friends, you will get to know that these days our aspirations also hover around a specific planet. So the same energy can be understood and can be made in peace within our place of residence as well. Like if I were to break down the way our life gets affected on daily basis, so definitely the major percentage is going to be of destiny. Whatsoever we are going through right now in the life, a lot of that is connected with all the deeds which we have done in the past lifetimes. Basis that we got a specific planetary alignments or a birth chart, and the birth chart, our destiny is beyond our control. So if 40% you are going to attach to that, after that comes our free will or our actions on daily basis, the choices we make, the decision we make, how much hard work we are putting in, how much we are associating with people, and how much our free will we are demonstrating on our daily basis, on our daily lives. So if after 40% destiny you're going to attach 25% to our actions or our free will, so then the remaining 35% is the space. So if destiny or astrology is time, actions is about our daily life, so then friends, space or environment on which we live in, that also plays a very strong key role. So this is what the Vastu is. The classical definition, like whether you talk about the classical Vastu text like Vishwakarma Prakash, Samragan Sutradhar, so they have defined Vastu as the place where we live. Like if you will go by the way construction takes place in India, like all those people who follow Sanatan Dharma or the Vedic principles, it's just like that. It's not only the physical aspect that bases your geographical location, you have to do the construction accordingly. Like there are places which receive more rain or heavy snowfall, so and which are placed on the hills. So there is one aspect where you have to involve the civil engineering principles. The second angle to it is about the embellishment and the beautification, and then after that comes, once the house is ready, it is completely decorated, the way you are going to position or plan yourself, your study room, the directions to face when you eat, when you sleep, when you pray. So this is what friends modern day Vastu is all about. Now friends, just because it is very first introduction video, so I also have to give you a brief overview about the importance of the directions, because friends, everything affects each other. Trust me, there has been those research which Vastu practitioners have done, that in those houses where the sole bread earner or the head of the family has got a strong Mars in his chart, and when they went to the same person's house, they saw the resonance of the Mars, like the person's house was south facing and the south direction was very empowered. So that is how you get to know that the planetary vibration is not resonating in the same person's astrological chart, in his numerological numbers, but also the place of residence is also speaking out loud that this planet has got a major say in my life. I still remember friends, when I was going through my this palmistry course at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, so there was one batchmate of ours. He was expert not only in palmistry but in Vastu as well, and I once saw him looking at another person's palm and he predicted that your plot must be of this shape, and the other person was shocked. How can you say that? It's true. So what he did was that on the palm, the middle section is the plane of Mars. So Mars, which is the significator of Bhumi and land, so he actually saw that combination alignment because he has been blending all these sciences for a long span of time. Like whenever any details come to this person, he not only look at the birth chart, he also look at the numerology numbers, he also study the face of the person and the because he has been doing Vastu for a long time. So everything is in sync and is connected with each other. And these days friends, because we are working from home, like whenever you see any news channel discussion and all of that, whenever they call in any expert through Zoom call and all, so you always see that the person is facing one specific direction, there is something in the background or in the backdrop. So all what is required is that basis your aspiration. If you want to become an actor, so you should be knowing about this thing, that this direction becomes important for me. If you want to become a successful journalist, you want to have a very flourishing thriving business, so which direction to face, which direction to honor, this is what Vastu is about. So friends, coming back to the topic, so like friends, there is one more thing before I will jump to the discussion on the directions, that Vastu can also be understood, or there can be three types of Vastu, because many times people think and assume that Vastu is only fixed Vastu. So fixed Vastu is something which is for the villages, for the temples or the permanent locations. But when we talk about the Chara Vastu or movable Vastu, so when we talk about designing for like whenever the Kumbh Mela, major gathering takes place, where the camping has to be set up for the months or weeks, or when we talk about any circus or any carnival, so over there it has been believed that the Vastu has to be molded basis the situation, basis the requirement as well. Now friends, one more thing over here, in this whole playlist I will be using one term known as the Vastu Purush. So understand this thing in sync with astrology. So in astrology we personify a living entity with our astrological chart, and we call it Kal Purush. You must have heard this term from many astrologers, Kal Purush Kundali. So same way we personify, we put in life in the Vastu, and we call that as the Vastu Purush. Now friends, as now we have to understand the directions in brief. So now friends, the whole space of 360 degree, if you are just going to first divide it in 4 directions, you are going to get the north, east, south and west. So let's start first with the east direction. So this is the direction which is connected with the planet Sun. This is the direction where the god is the Indra, the king amongst all the gods. This direction is the direction of your social influence, and because Sun's involvement is over here, so anything to do with the government recognition also plays a pivotal role. After that friends comes the south direction. Now south direction is connected with the planet Mars and the Yama, so the god of justice, death and discipline. Now friends, this direction is very important specifically for fame perspective, authority perspective, letting go things and a sound sleep. After that friends comes the west direction. Now west direction is connected with the planet Saturn, and the god or the devata is the Varuna. So this direction becomes very important for the gains perspective. All sort of gains are generally connected with this direction. And because of the Saturn, say, so occults or anything to do with the political ambition, aspiration also can be attached with this direction. After that, friends, comes the north direction, which is connected with the planet Mercury and the Kuber, the treasurer or the wealth aspect amongst the astral heavenly entities. So trust me, friends, for all those people who are service professional, you are a freelance person, you work with your skill, anything to do with editing, creating, daily work and job, marketing, journalism, this north direction plays a very important role. So friends, this was just a broader view of understanding the space. Now I will just take you little bit deeper in this video, because we are going to have a elaborative discussion on all the individual entity as well. But now we are going to make further 4 division. So we initially divided the whole space in 4 parts. We got the 4 directions and each of 90 degrees each. Now if you're going to make further more divisions, so now we are going to have in total 8 directions, which is that in between the north and the east, we are going to place the northeast direction. Now this is known as the Ishan Cone. This is the most spiritual benefic aspect of Vastu. So trust me, friends, this is the northeast direction where I'm sitting and talking to you guys. So all sort of meditation, prayers, worship needs to be done in this direction. This is the only direction which you cannot afford to be in a badly afflicted or offending Vastu. Like if you're going to put your garbage over here in this section, you're going to keep this place very heavy or cluttered. So trust me, the positive flow of the energy within your place of residence or your commercial place can get obstructed. After that, friends, in between the east and the south is going to be the southeast direction, which is known as the Agneya Cone, connected with the Agni or fire and the planet Venus. Any sort of fire related activity, or let's say for example, if in your line of work dealing with cash becomes very important, or anything to do with the Venusian aspiration like fashion, beauty, cosmetic, trust me, southeast is your direction. After that, friends, in between the south and the west, we are going to have the southwest direction, which is connected with the planet Rahu. The gods are the Pitri or our ancestors, which is also known as the Nairitya Cone. Now this direction becomes very important for anything to do with the all those people who work with their skill, like some skills which by default comes naturally to you. If you have any concerns of stability in your life, or maintaining good rapport or relation with your customers, with your relatives, so this direction becomes very important for you. Southwest, known as the Nairitya Cone. After that, friends, in between the north and the west, we are going to have the northwest direction, which is connected with the planet Moon, which is known as the Vayavya Cone, or the air element, which is generally is called to this direction, and which is the god is the Vayu or the Marut. So now, friends, this direction becomes very important for anything to do with the concerns of travels or lot of movability or entertainment is generally considered or attached with this direction. So now, friends, in short, you get to know about that the directions plays a very important role over here. This is just a basic introduction video, but you must have learned this thing that definitely if southeast is the direction of fire, so my kitchen or fire related activity should be done in this direction. If northeast is the Ishan Cone, which is carrying a lot of spiritual prospect, then I should be doing my prayers facing this direction. And friends, I mentioned this thing that south direction is also the direction of sleep. So there is a relevance of that, which we will get to know when we will have individual discussion on all these directions. But friends, at the end, I just want to conclude this video on this note that if you are a follower, if you are an ardent believer and follower of astrology or Vedic way of living or Vedic philosophy, trust me, all of your assessment, all of your remedies are incomplete if Vastu is not a part of it. And in this playlist, we will try and learn Vastu which is going to be completely adapted and customized to our modern day living. I'm not going to ask you to do any demolition or any sort of changes or those remedies which is not feasible or not possible. Everything is possible only if you have that zeal, enthusiasm and faith. Most importantly, faith. So this is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs on this introduction video on Vastu. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vastu, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.